You are now listening to Sir Ink's The Experience Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything kink. Now, this podcast is only catered to those that are 18 and above and may not be suitable for work, or as we like to say, NSF. But remember, you can always listen to us during your private time. Hello, kinky and kink-curious folk out there. My name is Sir Ink. Hello. I am back. I know I've been dipping on and off of here, right? But I'm back. And my topic today is not all sessions have to have or include sex. That's right. Not all sessions have to have sex or include sex. Even though some of the touching can be quite intimate, it doesn't necessarily have to be in a sexual way. And so, a lot of the misconceptions of the lifestyle is that as well, is that it just seems like everything's like wrapped around sex. And that's not the case. And there's a lot of visuals and a lot of being said about people sharing lovers and cuckolding and all that. If that's for you, yes. But specifically, I'm speaking of sessions. And sessions you normally put together for a reason. Some sessions, you have a goal in mind. Like, you want to achieve this. You want to push this boundary. You want to introduce this new technique or this new toy. Something of that nature, or the person is desiring impact or desiring some form of it could be sensual play or impact, or it could be straight downright pain. So it depends on what the person wants, and not always does that always come with sex. And so I think for people with less experience, I think you should know that not all sessions include sex. Some sessions are sexless, even though you may be scantily dressed or maybe naked. But that doesn't mean a session has to have sex involved. Do not think that all sessions have to have sex. It is also a way of release. It's a way of fun and exploration, and that doesn't always include sex or end in sex. And it's really great to have a session where it's just all about the methods, the techniques, the things that you use, taking that person to that point, and maybe take them a little bit beyond, and just take them to the point to their threshold, and keeping them there for a minute and then bringing them down. All that journey is great. And there's gratification in that in itself, and not necessarily the release of bodily fluids in a sexual way. She might come, but she might come from you spanking her. She might come from you putting a wand on her. She might come from you just talking dirty to her, having her blindfolded. There's a lot of different ways to have that kind of orgasmic feeling or that orgasm without it actually being sexual or intercourse. And I think when you experience those types of sessions, it changes who you are a little bit. It changes who you are in a way of, if you're a person that wants to satisfy your partner, now you done opened up a whole new territory on the chessboard. You're like, oh, this is a whole new territory. Yes, like I can get off on getting you off. And that brings you closer to someone. And that makes you more trustworthy partner, a trustworthy playmate. And that's really great. It's really great because now you're not focusing on your needs as a dominant in a sexual way or your desires. You're just focusing on really taking her where she got to go, knowing that this is not going to end in sex. So therefore, your focus becomes definitely more objectionable. It definitely becomes more streamlined in what you're doing. Your desires are quelled to a degree, and you're just focused on making sure that you are providing the best experience that she can get without it being sex. So without adding sex in it, you have to start thinking of other things that you can do to really take that person up high. And it's a good ride. It's a good ride. We just, more of us need to think of it in that way and see it that way and understand that not all sections are sexual in nature. Some of them are just so you can help that other person get to where they want to go. And it might not always be sexual. Now, maybe they do want sex, fine, but that doesn't always have to be objective. And then when you finally do it without that being the objective, you start feeling a little more powerful. You start to realize how you can move people without, touching them in that way. You add on a layer of seduction that you didn't really have before. You start seeing people differently, start moving differently. And honestly, your motivations, even to have sex, kind of change a little bit. Because, a lot of guys, they just want to get it up and get it in and bust and fall asleep. Especially guys when they get over 40. Woo. A lot of guys, they're not built for the race. But when you look at these sessions, when you get into this lifestyle, a lot of it is spent on foreplay and, your ideas and your subs ideas and bring them all together. It forces you to go deeper within yourself, go deeper into your creativity. It's a very beautiful, beautiful process. And the best doms are the thinkers. There's some doms, they're not deep in thought. So let me not say they're not thinkers like dominants think, but some rule more with their actions than they do with their mind. And then you have some that rule with their mind and less with their physical actions. So those type of gentlemen, like I am, enjoy the mental aspect before. So the session begins when we first meet, and then we determine like, oh, I like you in a way, or I don't like you in that way, or we really can't be together because of, I don't know, maybe some distance factors or whatever. But when we get together, we can have some fun, and everybody has something different going on with them, even physically. So you have to meet people where they are. You have to have that open and honest conversation, and just try to have a session or so without having sex. I mean, a lot of people will pay for sessions, and they won't have sex. It's more common to hear that men pay for sessions with mistresses, and they're restricted from having sex because the mistresses, the dames, know that men want to get it off. So the best thing that you can do is take the sex from them. It's not a form of a punishment, but it's a form of discipline. And so there's a lot of can be gained by not having sex, disciplining yourself. And it seems like you may be taking something away from the person, but you're not. You're just making something a lot stronger for yourself down the road in a dynamic. And as a man, you need to understand why controlling that part of yourself is so crucial, especially if you don't have any control. If you're weak to sex, you can't dominate properly, in my opinion. But what do you think? Let me know. It's your boy. Let's talk about it. You know how to find me, Sir INQ, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And you can always email me at sirinq09@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Until next time, peace.